sports and education. This tonight, this night, another Wednesday night, a night that we are expecting to cover quite a number of information as it relates to football in general, and also not just say football, but any sports that you wish that you would like to have a discussion around. We'll entertain you on that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Saudichress show, nowhere else you'll get this sort of conversation, this sort of information. And so, as we tend to entertain you through sports and education, let me welcome you all to this another episode of the Saudichress show, and a special welcome to all our first-time viewers and listeners, ladies and gentlemen. And if this is the first time you're joining us, I encourage you, I ask of you to subscribe, like, and share the Saudichress channel, because as you know, this is how a particular channel will grow, and it will grow through your assistance, your help, by just subscribing, sharing the Saudichress show with your friends and family, co-workers, all your contacts, and ask them just to like and subscribe as well. So tonight, without any further ado, we just want to say I hope you had a wonderful week. Many of you have been tuning into your World Cup team, your schoolboy football team, and so you would have enjoyed yourself. Bitter sweet for some of us. We all can't win. However, this is the nature of football. This is the nature of sports. And so once we're alive and we continue to enjoy what is there for us, I'm sure that we at some time, all of us will be victors at some point. Let me take the time out to put across and to introduce to you again our sponsors and our main sponsors that they have seen on screen. T-Bot, the Fast Ordinary Ballers Association, and Code and Node Teaching and Coding Systems coming out of New York. We have Deja Vu Record Party, managed by the man they call Chris Shortbar, down in Summerfield, Clarendon. Dallas Fine Cut Barbering, coming out of California. We have Taste of the Island Restaurant, managed and owned by Leo Packer Anderson, coming out of St. Petersburg in Miami. Also, Solid Rock Black Factory, owned by Wazim Thomas, coming from Nathan, man they call Bro
I started assisting with the coaching. At the time, Mr. Green and Sammy, I can't remember his full name now, they were actually the ones in charge of the kids, teaching the kids football. And Mr. Tom and I would do the refreshment. And then Mr. Green incorporated me in the training program of the kids. And the rest is history, as they say, because I did well and he was pleased with my performance. Oh, the discipline that I bring to the table as it relates to the youngsters, being punctual at training and the mannerism and the that's it for discipline. So that's where I actually started out coaching with the parish team. I was pretty young, was very inexperienced, so I everything that I've learned, or majority of the things that I've learned in football, I must credit that to Mr. Green because he realized that I was pretty young and I needed some as it relates to coaching education. So he will supply myself and coach Sammy with materials like books and videos and stuff like that for us to watch and to improve on our knowledge base. And then we will come back and teach the kids from there. I actually joined this program in 1991, and at the time, the standard player in that group was Winston Griffiths. And Winston was actually from his primary junior high. He was the one who actually that, catch the eye of almost everyone in the parish. And it's so funny because we're from the same community. And I actually took Winston to train even Saturdays. Yeah. Winston and I would travel to Maypen, to Western Park to training. And that was my responsibility as a coach and also someone in the community where he lives. And yes, that's basically it. A couple of years after I decided to
Mr.
improve
Carney, let
on
me
my
just
education.
can I just break you a little bit? I'm getting some information from the persons in the chat that they are not hearing. I hope
Then
it is okay now, but I will take you all back But let me just back up just to get this clear. When did you started your coaching career?
I started in 1987 and
1987.
I spent 4 years with the AS Primary Junior High school team. And as I said before, we always have players, Mr. Green, select each year, Mr. Green will select players from schools all over the parish
Mm.
and players from his primary junior high, always among the players. And as before, that's how I actually got in the program because I used to travel with the players to training to make sure everything is okay as it relates to my responsibility to get them to training and back home.
Okay. So we see there that you had a very long and experienced career as it relates to development. Because I remember back in the days, sir, I will say to you that I used to be a part of that program that was headed by John Green back in the days, you know. And one of the things that I must say, we used to travel from Clarendon, quite a number of us, not just Clarendon, because it was actually Clarendon, in Frankfield, so to speak. And we used to really enjoy it. Mr. Green used to teach the football in such a way that no one wanted to miss training and so on. So I understand that you are coming from a very good school. From a very good school. Because may his soul rest in peace. I know that this is the seed that were sown then. And we are actually reaping the fruit just now. So you have started way back in, I think you said 87. Um, what we have seen now, sir, what we have seen now is that Clarendon, youth football in Clarendon, especially where the school competitions are, that the Clarendon schools have been actually taken over. They have been winning the competitions over the past couple of years. And even for them, though they don't win, the Clarendon schools have found themselves in the finals of these competitions. Could you actually help us to understand how or what give rise to the success of Clarendon football, youth football in particular just now?
Well, I must say it goes back to the Canon program because when the kids would have returned to their respective schools, because what we do at the parish level, we also encourage the kids to go back to their school and to teach the other youngsters there to develop as well. So and to have a snowball effect, so to speak. And coaches also attend training as well. And because I can remember speaking to several coaches as it relates to their school program. And they will say to me, first thing they said to me, coach, we only have one ball. And I said, that's a problem there. You need. And when they, I said, come around and look at parish team practice. And when they come, they see that each player would have a ball
Wow.
to start out with. Yes, and I said this is the way to go because you have to teach the kids this the technical aspect of the game. First of all, let them be able to manipulate the ball, do a kind of ball mastery skill with the ball to get them comfortable with the ball, then they can use the ball effectively later on when they play.
Very good. And I must say to you that, growing up at Ep.11 through the ranks, because I've played every level of high school football, that is. And this difference when I actually went to Mr. Green's Saturday morning training, I won't forget those. The atmosphere and what Mr. Green used to allow us to do. Or maybe, we used to have our own little indisciplinary thing. We tend to do what we want to do. But he used to allow us, give us the freedom to express ourselves in football. I can't say much about the other parishes, but do you think that sort of style would have helped to to um to motivate the youngsters? Also the coaches that came to watch the training sessions.
Yes, because you allow the kids to express themselves, yes, and we make we made corrections where necessary, but one of the things that we do, we allow them to play, and we don't really coach them ball to ball situation. We allow them to watch them, and they will stop, and they will make a general comment on what they need to do, and we send them back out there and watch them play again and develop. So we allow them that freedom to express themselves and to develop instead of overcoaching, so to speak.
All right, I'm gonna shift a little bit now from the Clarendon program. But you have started there. After you found yourself doing some coaching in the Clarendon setup, which school settings did you go back to?
Well, I after starting in the training program, I was invited to several schools to help with their program. I went to Very Technical, I went to Glenmere, and I'm now at Denby. I also coached, I did a little stint at Glenmere Prep as well. That was fun with Jimmy Chin. I can't remember, Jimmy Chin was my manager,
Manager, right?
and his son Kevin used to play again me at the time. Yes. So yes. So I've been around several schools within Clarendon, so to speak. But presently I'm at Denby High School.
So you never just thinking about a man coaching a team. You really move around to assist because your own philosophy is development, youth development, and that's probably one of the things that drive you to move from school to school.
Yes, because not yes, because you really want the entire parish to play a brand of football, and which is sustainable, so to speak. So when the kids come to the parish, they are coming from all over the parish. That's the first thing.
Good.
They're coming from Northern Clarendon, Southern Clarendon, from Veer, from Chapelton in the hills and stuff like that. So when we teach them, as I said before, when we teach them the skills and the discipline at the parish level, then we always encourage them to go back and teach the kids at their school as well. And as I said before, it has a snowball effect. Started small and then it gets larger and larger. And what they start happening is each school start to develop their own program, start to model the program from the Clarendon youth program, and hence they have their grade sevens, which is under 13 and under 14, U15, U16, all the way up to the Costa Cup. So the Clarendon program, they're actually modeling it in the schools now, all over Clarendon.
So now I realize, and I hope my viewers and listeners have listened and based on what we are seeing. So you see the ripple effect of the Clarendon program itself. Mr. Carney, I'm sure that a number of youngsters have passed through your settings. It would be difficult for you to remember all the names. But let me ask, do you have a few persons you want to mention who have actually gone through that Clarendon under 12 and under 15 program that have done well, who have actually not just represent their school, but probably represent even the country and even represent Jamaica overseas in international or club football, so to speak?
Well, I can name several of them, starting with Winston Griffiths. And Winston has a record, and it has not been broken or equal because at 12,
Yes.
Winston was able to travel to Miami with the Milo Invitational team from Kingston. That's a team with all primary, all prep guys together. And
Okay.
Winston, we played a competition each year, so to speak, Clarendon, all prep, all primary. And Winston was able to make the team, the select team from the competition, and went to Miami and played in the Miami Classic. So he's the only one with that record so far. And we would have Austin
Oh.
from Reggae Boy Captain, Amar Daly, um, Ricardo Cousins, Aaron Brown, Alain Whitaker, several, just Omar, I said Omar Day before, yes.
Yes,
And Andre Blake, present goalkeeper, national goalkeeper and
and
captain.
captain. My God.
Andre Russell. A number of people don't know that Andre used to play football. Yes,
Yes,
Andre started out playing football
he was
and
a
then switched
goalkeeper, right?
to football. Yes.
So, I mean, if you should continue, this will take the whole night for you to call all those names. And people, as you have heard, you realize how many great ones, how many youngsters has passed through that Clarendon program. Mr. Carney, I remember back in the days we used to have a parish competition. I'm not sure that every parish used to enter, but we used to have the parish under 12 and a few. Is that still going on?
It was going on up until COVID. And after, yes, after COVID, when COVID came, then that competition was suspended and it hasn't restarted as yet. So we are hoping that post COVID, hopefully we can get a sponsor who can now come back on board and have those parish competition going again. We normally play Clarendon played in the South Central Confed with St. Catherine, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, and with, naturally the two first and second team from each confed will meet in the national competitions, and Clarendon have won the national competition on several occasions, beating Cassava and such like.
I tell you, the Clarendon program has proven to be, and even then, when you look at what's happening now, we have surpassed just the high school football competitions because we have now seen that Clarendon, North Clarendon, have now boosted a team in the Premier League, in the National Premier League. So I'm sure we can also connect that results or that findings to our own Clarendon program. What say you?
Yes, as I said before, majority of the schools and clubs, they are modeling the Clarendon youth program because they're starting with the youngsters and getting them through the different age group system.
Okay. Now, we talk much about John Green and Mr. Plummer. May their RIP, their soul rest in peace. But what is the status now, present? How is it going on now for the Clarendon Youth Program? Is it that we're having it going on the same thing, or or it is being tweaked? Who is actually managing that program now?
Well, as I said before, when COVID set in, all the programs in the country, not only in Clarendon, was on a break, so to speak. We started back with a under 12 team um, last year. We entered in the Milo Invitational. We played in the South Central region. We came second, and we went to Kingston to play in the quarterfinals, which we lost our first game in the quarterfinals. So the parish and a whole, we are seeking sponsorship so we can get back the Canon program where it was before COVID.
Sir, you said we, which is very good. What is your part in the program now? What part do you play in the program?
Well, I'm presently the coach of the under 12 team.
Okay, that's nice. All right, thank you. Here you go. And so, viewers, I hope you have been enjoying the show so far. Here we have with us Mr. Garfield Carney, a man that has given much of his time to the development of football, youth football per se, in the parish of Clarendon. And so that is. Mr. Carney, we know that it takes cash to care. What or who, where did Mr. Green and the entire team that manages Clarendon football comes from? Where did they get their funding from?
Well, to be honest with you, I would say 50% of the funding came from Mr. Green himself. And at one stage, We they actually formed a group called Friends of Clarendon Football Association. With parents from players joining together. They have the Sings in Nathan, the Ottars, Mrs. Ottar, and yes, and Mr. Young from Young's Pharmacy, Young Sport.
Okay.
Yes, they played a vital role in the funding of the Clarendon Youth Program along with the Clarendon FA. So
Oh,
that's where bulk of the sponsorship came from.
I wanted to get to that to find out what is the input of the Clarendon FA itself, not just owning the football, but what is their personal as a FA. How much of their input would you say? What percentage of the funding? Not necessarily have to be to the T, but how do they participate in that program?
Well, as I said before, there's during Mr. Green time, Mr. Green was doing the bulk of the financing, and the parish association will reimburse him. He will put the money up front, get the bus, get the gear, and so on, and then he will send the receipt and stuff to the parish association, which will in turn reimburse him his fund.
Okay.
But presently, it is run by the FA
Because
presently.
the reason why I ask, I can tell you that, back in the days, and even now, if you ask some people, they will not even make any mention of Clarendon FA in youth development. All you would have heard is Mr. Green. John Green, John Green, John Green all the way. And we can't stop talking about John Green based on what he has done for Clarendon football and by extension Jamaica. But the FA, yes, would have been the body in the parish. What about JFF? The fact that Clarendon youth program has been so successful, have the JFF reach out in any way or form to find out or to model to see if they could extend this expertise or knowledge across the parishes?
I would say Clarendon as a parish, yes, we are doing well, and South Central, which includes St. Catherine, Manchester, St. Elizabeth. As I
Yes.
said before, these four parishes actually have similar program, and they're actually modeling the program from Clarendon. Um, the JFF, as it relates to the youth development, yes, they do have support parishes, but we would like to see more coming from the JFF as it relates to youth development right across the board.
And it should have been better now because the president of the JFF was also the president of the Clarendon FA. So he would have had the basic information, so to speak, or the background information of how the football has been developed in the parish. So that's where I'm getting at. I am hoping that the powers may be the fact that he knew what was happening in Clarendon, that could have been extended throughout the entire country. Because I want to get to another point though, but based on that, um, I don't want to get too much into the politics of the football. But Mr. Michael Ricketts, the president, what influence, so to speak, presently he has on the development of football in Clarendon? Because no matter what we want to think, we would have thought that the fact that he's from Clarendon, he used to run that FA, then, he would have shown a little bit more interest there. I don't know if he has that bias status like what I would do. Them say Parson Christian then pick me first, but I don't know.
I'm not actually privy to all the information as it relates to the everyday running of the Clarendon FA. As I said before, I'm just the coach of the team, and the administrators would work that out with JFF as it relates to funding and programs. My job is to implement training programs, get the kids, and to execute at the on the football field. No, the FA is the one in charge of getting stuff from the JFF. And as I said before, I am not privy to all the details where that is concerned.
What an answer, man. You may not privy to everything, but that you are so politically correct. Nobody can hold you guilty of charge and that sort of thing. But Mr. Carney, football, we have seen where the senior football in schools, the Dacosta Cup, has gone to Clarendon for the past couple of years. No, the journey that these teams would have taken, and you alluded to that many schools have now mirrored the Clarendon program. But presently, the under 14 and the under 16s have been doing well as well. Can you, as it relates to under 14 and under 16 presently, I'm not too sure, I don't remember which are the teams, but we are at the finals now. Can you categorically state or even highlight the teams, the schools that are in the under 14 finals and those that are in the under 16 finals?
Well, the under 14 finalists are VA Technical and Stets, and in the under 16, Glenmuir and Stets. So Stets is in both finals.
Oh, so there you go again. The South Central region of football is actually taking care of the country's football because St. Elizabeth is a part of the South Central, which is governed, and you played a part in that. So there you go. So it is highly possible that both under 16 and under 14 champions will become, I hope, will come from Clarendon. And these finals are scheduled for when, sir?
Friday at Foga High School.
Okay, so under 14 and under 16 finals. You hear, people? Will be played at the Foga Rose High School on Friday. I guess you'll have the under 14 first and then the under 16. So, wherever you are, if you are in Clarendon, if you are even in another parish and you have the time, you could journey to Foga Roads to support those teams. Even though, because they are not, even so, you may not be a past student or affiliated with these schools. But at the end of the day, we're thinking big. We're thinking parish and we're thinking country. So that's where we want to go. So that's here for itself. Alright. Clarendon. You said that you're a coach you're a teacher at Denby High School. What's your involvement in the football program at Denby High School?
I'm also coach at the Denby High School. This is my second stint at Denby High School, to be honest with you. My first stint started in 2003 and ended in 2013, and I was re-employed as the coach September this year.
Okay. So, money around. Big things now, right?
That's my wish. Hopefully it will come my way someday.
I think I mentioned this. I have a friend and colleague who work at Denby High School, Peter McLaughlin.
Yes, he's also my friend and colleague.
Alright. I hope he's watching, you know. He's a man like to sleep very early, so maybe him drop asleep and when he wake up the program might finish. Big up yourself, Peter Folkskin McLaughlin. Though, callers, viewers, remember that we are taking calls, so you can call in to express yourself. Call in if you have a question or two for Mr. Carney or even for myself. If you have a question, if you have something to discuss, please do so. The WhatsApp numbers are 501-6625 and 423-8454. So we are looking forward for your participation. And please remember, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Leave a like and share the Saudichress show. So back to you again. So at Denby High School, you are the head coach now, and this from your second stint.
Yes.
What can we expect from Denby High School next year?
Well, as I said before, I am also modeling the Clarendon Youth Program, which I'm a part of, and presently, um, presently at school we have the under 13 and under 15 players in training. But to be honest with you, we break training last week because of exams. Exams started today, so we break training and we will resume in the new year in January. So we have the under 13 and under 15 looking forward to those guys developing, and they will set the trend for the new season. Easter competition will start September next year, which will be U14, U16, and we are thinking about the Dakar Cup program starting sometime in March, thereabout.
Okay. So you may mention of under 13s and under 15. So is it under 13s in your school which entered for the under 14 competition?
We actually started, well, we played the under 14. We unfortunately we did not advance to the second round of the competition for both 14 and 16 this time around. And this is why we continue with the youngsters as it relates to the age group, started the under 13, which will be the core for the under 14 next school year. And same thing for the under 15. We have the core of those guys training now in preparation for the under 16 coming next school year.
Okay. Now, what I want to get to you, because you mentioned, I just want to know if the under 13s are different from the under 14s.
Yes, because the ISA competition plays in the high school competition, we have 14, U14, U16, and the Costa Cup.
Mm-hmm.
U13 and U15 actually played in the parish competition.
Okay.
So it's a developmental program for the ISA competition, so to speak. So it's an ongoing program. We try to, as I said before, we try to model what I've been doing with the Clarendon program. And majority of the school in Clarendon, they're also doing that as well. They're keeping their youngsters in training and break them when it comes on to exam time. That's the only time they will get a little break for them to do their academics, make sure they get the grades to qualify them to play. Not only to qualify them to play, but to do well academically as well.
Okay, that's so true. Now, sir, we're looking at what transpired. As I mentioned, Clarendon College seemed to be a team that was, looking unbeaten coming to the competition. However, they have lost one game. Maybe strangely, 4-2 to Kingston College. Now, in your view, and this is now a personal, it's a personal question I'm asking you. Which teams? All right. Let me put it down to you. Let's just look at the 4 top teams in the country. And I'm saying top not just by name, but by where they are finishing the competition. So we have from the Dakar Cup, Clarendon College and Central High. And we have Jamaica College and St. Andrew Technical High School stats from the Manning Cup. Which of these teams would you say is the best team in schoolboy football?
That's a very, very difficult question because when you look at the the style of play from all four teams. There are actually different styles. Kleinham College plays more the tiki-taka football, try to keep the ball and be patient, and Central more direct in their play. They will sit back, play like markation two, and try to get a break here and there and go direct. KC, very good team, and they have also a youngster, Whisper, who
Yes.
stand out as
Very good
a very
player.
good
Very good
talent.
player.
Yes, he's a cut above the rest, and you could see that difference. He made a big difference in that game against Thailand College.
Huge man.
Stats, I think, to be honest with you, I think stats all round in terms of ball playing and team shape, team organization. I would say stats. I would give stats the edge as the best team out of all four as it
Wow.
relates to total football.
Okay. All right. So you see, one of the thing, sir, we tend to, for me, for example, I've seen more of Clarendon College in terms of those teams that I mentioned than any other. I've seen Jamaica College play once prior to the final. You know, I've seen Mona played, even though Mona did not make it to the finals. But KC, KC, I believe, would have been one of the top teams. I've seen them preseason about 2 times, and I've seen them twice during the competition. However, it's just that little, what would you say now? That little finer details, especially in that semi-final game, that hit KC. And that's where Stats get better than them. So Stats is a very good team. And I must say, congratulations to Mr. Philip Williams, my friend and coach. And also I want to congratulate all the coaches throughout the schoolboy competition. And those top coaches too, because trust me, they have done a marvelous work. And you would have seen where the input of coaching make a big difference in this year's competition.
Yes, definitely, I will agree with that.
All right, let me just take a few people in the chat. Coming from Ramai Donaldson. Mr. Donaldson is the team manager for Edwin Allen. All right, he was saying he's not hearing. No, he's good. All right, respect, boss. Sean Carnegie, good. All right. What's this now? Shakpai, forgive me for not calling him properly. Whoa, interesting. I never know that even Andre Russell played football. You see? This is where you get information for the first time, man. And the Saudichress. So ensure that you stay there. Ensure that you also subscribe, like, and share. So it's very important that you share this channel because we have the information here for you. Christopher Worrell, the man they call Bap. Good morning. Where are you, Bap? You are in Qatar or England? Good morning, wherever you are, sir. Dallas Harris, blessings, Kevin and Piba family. All right, big up yourself. All right, so these are just a few chats so far, and we continue to look at. So, sir, I asked you the question about top teams, and there's something that I want to share with you and our viewers as it relates to, I did a little breakdown on the I want to share it from this side. I did a little breakdown from the schoolboy football, more so the Costa Cup. I'm gonna share it. Wow, sorry I can't share. Wow. Please use the desktop version. Oh my god. I wanted to share so you could see it, sir. But anyway, I'm gonna share this one and I will talk you through it based on what I presented. And I actually we were looking at the goals scored, the amount of goals each team would have scored compared to those, you know, against them. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to share with you, but I'll talk you through it, sir, and you give me your own view on it. So, I have a comparison, and we're looking at the issue of the goals scored versus goals conceded by the teams, the top teams, right? And
Yeah, good.
right, I'm gonna start out with the Manning Cup top teams, and I use the 4 top teams in the semi-final. All right. So this is, I want to see if we could use this to help to manage, or to help to show how much we can, break down the teams which we believe is better. All right. So I rank them, and I rank JC, KC, Mona, and Stats. That's the order I rank them in terms of goals. So we have seen JC scored, they played 17 games, right, leading up to the finals. They have scored 73 goals and 6 against, with a goal difference of 67. So I rank them first. KC, 16 games, 60, and this is a Manning Cup now, No Champions
Yes.
Cup in it. So 16 games, 68 goals, 12 against, with a goal difference of 56. Mona, 16 games, 68 goals, just like AC. Wow, something not right. They conceded 12 here. But I think I missed something here. But they are having it's 17. They conceded 17 goals. That's Mona. And they have a goal difference of 51. Stats, who you rate as probably one of probably the best team. They played 17 games like JC because they went to the final. They scored 50 goals. They conceded 17. And they have a goal difference of 33. You remember all the stats that I just read, sir?
Yes, yes.
Alright.
Yes, yes.
How do you comment? Give me your views on those statistics.
Well, first of all these 4 teams you're talking about from day one of the competition leading up to the semi-final.
Right.
And these teams were placed in different zones.
Good.
So it's naturally that some school might play with teams that are not that strong, and hence they will be able to score a number of goals against those teams.
Mm-hmm.
But why I choose and when you look at stats,
Yes.
they score the least number of goals and concede the most as it compared to those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Hence they have the lowest goal difference. But I choose them to be the number 1 team. But the critical situation is those goals that they scored. They were very important goals as it relates to determine the outcome of a match, whether they win the
Exactly.
game or lost the game.
That is true.
So
That is true.
yes, because remember I think when Spain won the World Cup, they actually scored 7 goals, if my memory is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when they played in the World Cup, they actually played 7 games and they scored 7 goals and won the World Cup. So, with how effective and how efficient you are at the important games
What are
when you play,
statistics?
that will determine whether you win or lose a game.
Very good point, sir. Very, very good point. Because, I did this breakdown today and using it to see how, the sort of players are the sort of advantage certain teams have. And you made mention of it that some zones were probably easier than some. But
Yeah.
even though JC have scored those 73 goals, I think they have drawn 2 matches. And one of the match they have drawn, I think, was one a very weak team, Ose Marti. I think that match was drawn 1-1. But saying that to say, I have this belief, no matter what team week, if you don't have the classic or the finish, you're not gonna finish properly. You get what I'm saying? If you don't
Yes, I
have
know.
that, because too many times we have seen teams, really throwing away goals, being very wasteful in that light. All right, so very good analogy, very good reasoning around that, and you have I've learned something this afternoon or since tonight from you, sir, as it relates to not just looking at the goals that teams score or just they conceded, but how they actually played and the type of goal they have scored and when they are scored. Very good, because you make the infer as it relates to Spain when they won that World Cup. 7 games, 7 goals. And I bet every other teams that have dropped out even that quarterfinal probably have scored more than 7 goals. So very interesting.
Including Germany.
All right, let's go now to our parish, our football, the Costa Cup, rural football. So in the top 4 team, it was I rank Clarendon College at 1, Manchester at 2, Mannings at 3, and Central at 4. And again, the ranking is not where they finish, but I rank them based on the goals scored and against their goal difference. That was the rank. Not where they finish or the better team. Just 3 goals. So Clarendon College played 20 games, scored 63 goals, 6 against, 57 goal difference. Good, massive. Manchester 19 game played, 52 goals scored, 12 against, 40 goal difference. Mannings 19 games, 46 goals scored, 11 conceded, 35 goal difference. Central, who is the finalist, ranked at number 4 as it relates to goals scored and GD. They scored 20 goals. No, they played 20 matches, scored 28 goals, and conceded 20. So they had a goal difference of 8. Way below the others as it relates to goals and goal scoring. But they are the finalists. And that goes to show again, sir, how important it is to score important goals, useful goals in matches.
Yes, because when you look at Central record going into the finals, I think they lost 5 games before they played the finals. But those games did not impact them not going forward. So they win when it was important for them to win to advance to the next round, which they managed to do and get into the finals. Clarendon College, number 1 team, as I said. And based on how they played, they're clinical throughout the competition, and defensively, I think they were excellent defensively.
True. That's so true. So we realize that people, I want you to learn. I hope you are learning like myself. It's not the amount of goals that you score or the big goal difference, but really based on how you played and the type of goals that you scored. Because Central has been
and when you score them as well.
And when you score them, very good.
Yeah, when you score them.
I'm telling you, sir, it is an eye opener to me because you know that we like the lavish type of football and the goal scoring. Not like I don't understand, but when you look at these statistics as it relates to goals scored and how I rank these teams, you realize that Central would have been at the bottom of the table. Anyhow, that's it for the ranking. I know you are running out of time, sir, and I won't keep you much longer, but there's just a few little things that we want to look into. And by so, we want to take a little look at where we are in the World Cup football. Let me just ask you, which team do you support in World Cup football?
I've mentioned it a couple of times before, Germany.
When you say you mentioned a couple of times before, here on the show?
Yes. I mentioned Germany about 2 times before. Yes.
Can you hear
I
me?
don't know if you're
I heard you,
pick
but
it
I
up.
think you're just talking about the goals that they scored and gone home.
No, but yeah, Germany is my team.
Okay.
Always, always.
Unfortunately, they have to go. I'm kind of happy that they go home because they have actually battered my team some time ago, and I'm yet to
Yes,
get
I
over
know.
that. So I'm a Brazilian fan.
Yes,
So
I could pick that up.
why?
When they said they battered their team some
Okay.
time ago.
No, it's it's the reality, man. And I don't need to hide it. That's the truth. But
Yes,
I'm happy that your team gone home. Not because I'm trying to get the better of you, but now I can get a more objective prediction from you. We are now at the quarterfinals, and
yes,
so at the quarterfinals, there are matches will start on Friday,
yes, tomorrow.
tomorrow. So we'll have our first quarterfinal game tomorrow.
Friday, yes, Friday.
Friday.
It's Friday.
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 Me just
Start.
can't wait. And I think at 10 o'clock, I think at 10 o'clock,
Yes,
Brazil will play Croatia.
right.
What's your prediction for that game?
I think it's going to be a tough one, but I'm expecting your team to pull through and get to the semifinal.
And get to the semi-final. Okay.
Yes.
And then we have Argentina going up against who again? Argentina will be going up against who Argentina will be playing. Let me see if I
Uh,
quickly can see something. Oh, Argentina will be playing the Netherlands.
right, the Dutch.
The
Total
Dutch.
football.
Where's the Dutch? Is it total football?
Yeah, that's what they brought to the table when they came on the scene. Total football. But I think Argentina will get the better of them this time around.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Because you're a Messi fan, why you say that too?
Not really a Messi. Yes, I'm a Messi fan. Germany is my team, but I'm a Messi fan, and I would like to see Messi win the
Mm-hmm.
World Cup as well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I really want to see him win it, because I don't mind team in play for so. But
Yes, I know.
me understand. I'm trying to listen. I'm reaching out to someone, another one in the chat. All right. Yes, Sean. Big up yourself, man. Much respect. All right, Mr. Neil Williams, aka Blacks. You're live on the Saudichress show.
Yeah, go on with that.
Yes, man. You're alive. We have on set with us. We have Mr. Garfield Carney from Clarendon, youth development coach in Clarendon. Presently, the coach at Denby High School. What's your take? What's your take on the status of our football? I know that you're a football analyst within P by now. So you want to talk about World Cup football, or you want to make mention of schoolboy football?
Well, this season, not to enjoy the football, but heights, because the standard was kind of poor this season.
You mean
I don't know what the Morning Cup, the Doncaster Cup,
Okay.
some poor football stuff and some side when you expect where a tradition challenging team for the Doncaster Cup, like them Carl College and receive stats. Them rural area, them side here, normally get good account of themselves when them come out in the interzone. But this season, they put up a fight. The team from Clarendon side here, Clarendon College just push everybody aside. Because I was thinking Rossi for challenge for the cup more. Cornwall College, because you know, when you say Cornwall and say Rossi, you're talking about two of the best schoolboy team over the years. So you expect
but
the quality, the standard was poor.
you see, is it that because these are name brand teams that you were looking much better from them? Because remember, this thing is a cycle and they won't play and be champions forever. But is it because they were a name brand team that you're expecting better from them?
Yes, the tradition of the school, you know, they are always good rivalry. They put up a good fight. They lay down and die like regular team where we expect to get 4 and 5. This season they were so poor, making out you believe when I saw the receive team. I said, no, there's something wrong with this team. So the standard was poor. I said better from a stats and a receive and a Cornwall College when they come out, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. We love the Manning's team, you know, them play some good football, the Manning's team.
Okay, that's
A
true.
good team, good little team this season. In the Doncaster Cup. Yeah. My school, you know, unfortunately, don't know about something great down in my school, you know. I look for bigger things, but such is life, we get disappointed more time, but we go final, last Ben Francis Cup, we have to wheel and come again.
Alright, that's
to rival Kenmore.
That's so true. So you see, one of the things though, Sir Blacks, is that the football is being developed in wider circles. You know, you just don't have those particular name brand team, the Russies, the Cornwall. It has been now spreading right across. When you look at a Central wouldn't have any name in this sort of football talk. But guess what? They have made it to the final and they've never just made it by mistake. They play for it. You know, and as
they play to be there.
As our
the problem we have, you know, the central team, if they can put it all together.
Okay. Well, we had the coach online and said the other night, and he mentioned that, you know, he's just losing a few boys, so he's expecting greater things next year once all been well.
Yes, because I see them have a good under 14 and a 16 team too. So we expect them to challenge the next season again. We expect them to be at the top.
Very good.
So without any inclusion of this, you know the schoolboy thing, because you know them KC and Georges and Carolyn College, Glenmore always come to disrupt other team, you know, because them come on balance. So I want the coach and keep that team there. Because you know, balance shift from school to school, you know, because if you go in Central and you say you get a move, go climb and college and them more. And if you don't want to move, your parents more time, you know. You know.
So the parental factor. I do understand. But you know, one of the things though, Blacks, as it relates to the new rules that ISA put out, it has cramped many school recruiting styles. Because, you know, if they already have 3 quality players and transfer, then it would make sense to try to get another one, because one of those 4, you know, will have to sit out or can't be registered, so to speak, you know, based on the new rules. So hopefully that, you know, the teams that have their good teams, young boys, will be continuing where they started, and hopefully they will do well for the schools.
The thing you to structure and put rules in place, stipulate rules in place, man, to get the skill up more balanced.
Okay.
Get the player field more balanced, because it's always a robbery. And advantage to Klein and Kaiser and Casey charging up school there. Taking the better players from other school.
Okay.
And you know, I'm not a fan of those things, you know.
Alright. Blacks, you just... we are running out of time, so I'm just going to give you 30 minutes to touch on the World Cup football. I know who is your team, but let the world know who is your team and give me your predictions for the games.
I'm the Orange man, I'm the Dutch man.
Okay.
The legalize weed. We legalize the weed, you know. So
you're this man that come with in politics now, Mr. Carney. So Blacks, what's your take? You think Argentina will get the better of your team or the other way around?
Man, we got the Argentina covered this time, man. Last time they take us on penalties, you know. beat us on penalty 2014, and we don't think we are take the penalty route this thing. We feel like they are taking it in 90 minutes this time around.
Okay, that's good. All right, so that's your prediction. Any scoreline?
2-1.
2-1 in favor of the Dutch.
2-1.
All right, very good. You know, so to be honest with you, I see the Dutch winning 1-0. That's my prediction against Argentina.
That's your prediction.
Yes. And for Friday's game, Brazil versus Croatia, I think Brazil will win that game 3-1.
Brazil will 2-0 Brazil take this Croatia this game.
All right.
So this number 11, Rafinha can put down the chances. Brazil would always win a clear 3-0 too. Because he's missing too much chances, you know.
That's true. That is true.
Rafinha he's missing too much chance. And remember, when you play that quality side there now, you're not going to get 7 chances, you know.
Well, one of the things that I'm expecting to see some changes for that match. But anyway, thank you very much for participating. I hope you continue listening. And so we want to. So you're not yelling up my guest boss. I don't understand you, Mr. Carney. You don't know him.
No, I don't know Mr. Carney. Mr. Carney, bless up yourself, you know.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Yes, man. I'm the Saudichress show. Yes, man. My good friend Kevin inside, you know. Kevin with it, man. Principal.
All right, my boss. Respect. All right, so that is Neil Williams, aka Blacks, from the PBA thing. So in the chat I see you Smalling. I asked you about Arvin Smalling earlier. So he's asking, good evening, Mr. Kevin and PBA family, other listeners. All right, evening, boss. Who is your guest? No, are you watching the show? This man would have coached you in Clarendon youth football. His name is Mr. Garfield Carney. Mr. Carney, you have no alias? Or you know why your students up here?
No alias.
No, sir. You know, me not think of Jamaica you born and growing up. No alias. And evening football, no alias.
They don't say coach.
You come like, is the youths are your best friend, man? So
yes, they are.
No coach, no give you no name?
No.
Alright, listen, I have a name for you, but I'm going to wait till the World Cup done. Yes, alright. So, no, you need to get serious on the show. Make a call. This man started with the likes of your good friend Fana Griffiths. Yes, so Harvey Small and Fana Griffiths, they were in the same time at the Clarendon setup.
Yes.
Alright, so yes sir. Ronald White. What a go on? Just drop in. Alright, my boss, not wrong. Edwin don't turn up at all Saturday. That is so true. Never turn up for the game. You Small again, the same man who said no. Sorry. Bless up, sir. Alright. What? Hey man, give you a name, you know. Well, I don't know if I shot me shot. But said bless up, sir, Carney. That Carney don't spell like how your news feel, so that's a name for you. Right? Him say Carney for me. Was part of the coaching staff at Parish. Yeah man, that's so true knows. And him quite remember you clearly. So knows you can call in, man. You chat too much, man. Call in on the show, let the man hear your voice. Because maybe in that even can't pick up the voice anymore. Strange life we living now. So yes sir, Carney, we look at 2 games already. And we have the other quarterfinals where we see France will take on how France up again? Why my memory are going up? But
England.
France will take on the 3 Lions. What say you for that game?
I'm going with France. Despite the fact that I like the English team as well.
Okay.
And with our boy playing Ryan, although I'm not sure he will be a part of the team anymore.
But you know.
But I'm going with France.
Okay. Alright. Very good bet. I give France the advantage too. And with Mbappe, the way that man is running, you know. And the way,
and also kicking as well.
Yes,
not only running but kicking.
Yes. And the form that Giroud is in.
Yes.
Trust me, we have a match at hand. I think that England have some very good prospect players, but I don't think they are ticking the way they are to. They came up with the last game, very good victory. But could they really
Yes.
take on a bigger and better opposition? So let's see. So I see France going ahead 2-1 in that game. 2-1. That's my take for that game. So I'll get nose and set. Alright, so the other quarterfinal, who is that now, Sir Carney? So the other quarterfinal, who do we have in that quarterfinal setup? Because that will complete, yes. So the other quarterfinal, we see Portugal versus Morocco. So, Portugal came off a big win yesterday. Big win. I was surprised. Because Starman Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7 never start. Alright, Nose.
Good evening, Mr. Witty.
Good night, sir. You're on the Saudichress show. With me, we have your coach, your former coach, Mr. Garfield Carney.
Big coach. Good evening,
Good
Mr.
night, Arlen.
Good evening to your listeners, Mr. Witty.
Respect.
Sorry, I'm big coach by your program, man.
Yes, man.
Your program, Ghana League.
You know what's this program, this is where you find the best of the best, You understand? And because I'm a learned man, I can't get any little, so-called. And when I say that, I'm not disrespecting any coach at all. Because there are some coaches out there that many of us don't know their capability and their names based on the teams that they coach. But they have been doing a very good job. And this program, this show, we don't bias as it relates to that. So everywhere you go, we will get a chance to hear from these coaches. So go ahead, what's your take on football now, Avil? Schoolboy Football World Cup, talk to it.
I was listening earlier when Black Scarlina was starting, and I tend to share black views and sentiments as it relates to schoolboy football. The standard has gone down a whole heap. I guess that can be attributed to a number of factors, but nonetheless, yeah, it is way below what it used to be, and so I don't really pay much attention to schoolboy football until it reached down to probably the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and so it's the cream of the crop, that is left in the competition. So, World Cup for me, it's an interesting one. You see some of the big names going out, and I suspect that we just might have a few more, at the seeded teams going out before the end of the competition. But it's interesting. It's an interesting watch.
Talking about seeded team, which team do you support?
No, man, always Brazil, man.
Yes,
always Brazil. It look like me. People don't change tone, but the Brazil fans them don't understand.
A holiday down there when Brazil playing,
Oh, you were?
No, I'm saying whenever Brazil is playing, you go to Trenchtown. They have national holiday down there.
And that's what I said. Look like me need to go down there, behind them. Yeah.
So, no, you think we can make it past Croatia come Friday? You're so nervous, man.
No, it won't be as easy as a lot of us Brazilian supporters think, because I think this Croatia team have a lot of experience in them, and
Okay.
Yeah, I think while sentiments may want us to rally around the Brazilians, I think it could be a walk over. I don't suspect it will be, but that still give us the edge to come away with that win.
Okay, very good. All right, so Thank you very much for calling Nose. I know that, I have to get people like you on the set one of these nights, to join, the coach. Because look here, I'm going to
Yeah.
do, maybe this is a tired slang, but I'm going to do one of these show that we say, where are they now? And we want some senior coaches and some veteran footballers to come and show. You might can't tell everybody is, but we want to bring them in. We want to hear from you. And just like when you mentioned that the standard of football is gone down, I'm gonna ask Mr. Carney to make a little talk on that. But I think you are a bit tough though nose and the standard of football, because if you only start watch when it reach quarter final, that is not fair. That's really not fair. And so yes, me
Well,
understand some teams what you expected to go and may
Mr.
get
Wittig,
kicked out. Yes.
Mr. Wittig, you might be right, you might be right. And some of your listeners might think, alright, he's not really a football fan, he can just want to start watching that, at the quarterfinals. But you have Mr. Kanye on your program. Very good. I don't know much about his coaching at the high school level, but I remember back then, very good youth coach, very good in terms of harnessing the young talents around and stuff, helping us to move from one stage to the other. Now, when I watch the schoolboy football, at the first row,
Mm-hmm.
I see youngsters making mistakes or doing stuff that we would have known better from primary school,
Okay.
in our
Yes.
development. And so it is sort of difficult for me to grab all of that and tell myself that this is good football, So I try to avoid watching. Sometimes I do because, you have your team supporting and stuff like that, but as best as possible, I try not to watch most of the games until then reach the quarterfinals or somewhere along there,
All right. Before you go though and listen you carefully, let me ask you a question. Which schoolboy team you were more disappointed with this year?
Oh, um, evidently is a school that I support, but most disappointed with, I think I would have to say Rossies.
Okay.
Only because over the years you and I would have seen Rossies produce probably at the schoolboy level, probably some of the better, talents. When you play against a Rossies team, you see standard here that you would think, no, this is big man football standard. This is Premier League football standard, and the little that I saw of them this year was way below that. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but disappointment for me would have to be the standard of football that is at the Rossies High School.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get Coach Ambugsley on the show very soon, because quite a number of persons are loaded to, the fall, so to speak, of Russies. And pre-season they were touted to be a challenger in this year's Costa Cup. However,
Yes.
unfortunately they run up
Yeah.
into big bad CC which cramped them style. And so it takes a big team with big heart to get over a 5-0 jobbing in a second round competition. So that is, I believe, was one of the big eye opener for them. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Thank you. Final words.
Yeah, man, and we have to big up my coach again, man. This man is responsible for most of the development where, I've undergone through my better years of playing football, So
Yes.
Enough respect, Sir Carney, man. Enough
Yeah,
respect.
man. Thanks, Harvey.
So, Sir
Yeah,
Carney,
man.
you remember Tyrone James, Joe?
Say that again?
Yes, I remember Joe.
You remember Joe? Yeah, man.
Yes.
I was just asking if you remember Joe Avil. Because you and Joe would have been moving around, after me down into the Mapen business there.
Yes, man.
Alright, very good. Alright, thank you, Avil. Thanks for participating. Continue to watch your show. And I hope you lick the
Yeah,
like button while you are in, sir. Don't fall asleep before you do
yeah, man.
so.
And it's a good show, so continue, you know,
Thank you very
keep
much.
informing and educating and entertaining us, is it?
But if the show is so good,
Alright, let's.
why you not sharing the channel bar so we get more people watching? Me no understand.
Nah, man, me do everything, man. Me share, me like, everything. Subscribe.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright, my general, my brethren knows. And somebody in the
Alright,
chat
bless
say
up.
RR. RR?
Who?
RR. Check out the chat. Him say great
Alright.
Arville nostril smiling.
Long time that my talk about Zari, I wouldn't know.
And RR again, this is one for your coach. One of the Clarendon greatest coach by the late great German John Green. And this is one of John Green's students, sir. So you must know that
Yeah,
he's doing
man,
well.
for real, man, for real. Mr. Khan, we need to do something for John Green and Sir Pluma, you know. Trust me.
Yes. We did something a couple of years ago. King Bennett. We had a one-day tournament with some youngsters from Northern Clarendon versus youngsters from Southern Clarendon. I was in charge of the Southern Clarendon team, and Mr. Garfield Robinson, he was in charge of the Northern Clarendon team. So we had a one-day tournament up by Wembley Sport Club, Wembley Center of Excellence.
Yes.
Yes, in honor of John and Plummer. And they gave out some awards to all the coaches and sponsors of the Clarendon program in 2019.
Oh, really? Yeah, man, me think that's a good thing. I mean, really think, I don't think, say, Clarendon football would have been anything close to what it is if it wasn't for people like those, and I would have I'd love to see something like that, annual thing or something where we do, more than 30 at once. You understand me? I say, make those who are come understand where the legacy are coming from, and me think them make a whole heap of sacrifice to Clarendon football.
Yes, I will. As I mentioned before, it was in 2019. Keane wanted it to be an annual thing, but as we all know, COVID came, so we have to suspend on that program. But I think it will be on board soon. Back on board, it is.
And we get win that so we can, do whatever we can to give back, you see.
Well,
it's a real good.
Nose, I'm sure that will happen, because as of now, Mr. Carney will ensure that the Saudichress show will be very close. So, whatever you're doing down in Clarendon, sir, just reach out to the Saudichress. I will come along and we can join partnership. I do live streaming as well. And for whatever it is, if you want to showcase what is happening to the wider world, just invite the Saudichress show, man. We will not say no, because we will have to forge a partnership and to continue in the development of football. So you will hear, man.
Alright, blessings, man. Blessings once again.
Alright, maximum respect, note. Maximum respect. And check out the chat, because Ray is asking, Ray say want your number, boss. Ronald White, original Ray. So give Ray a link for me now. Alright, so back to you now, Mr. We are running out of time. I know that you're probably in some trouble because you never expected to stay so late. But this is the nature of the Saudichress show, and we continue to deliver so many information you have give pass on this evening tonight that allow these callers and viewers to really take a step, because they were not following. Many of these persons have now reside overseas, and so they never get the opportunity to get back information readily. And so this is one way that they have been participating, they have been educated, they have been introduced to all these things that are happening. So, one big question in and around Jamaica's football, we continue to talk about our pitches, our facilities. How the facilities, how the pitches are in Clarendon? What is the status? Do we have very good fields in Clarendon? Good surfaces? Because you make mention of Wembley Centre of Excellence. That's down by Veer, right?
Yes, down
There's
by Jamaica.
Yes, there was another field, a sort of stadium like that was built somewhere in and around that. What's it again? Ah boy, it's around that.
Woodside.
No man, Hazard area. It's around. You go towards like you're going Maypen from the
Oh,
old.
Versailles.
Yes, around Versailles. How is that field? What's happening to that field? Any football playing around there?
Uh, no, apparently they had some damage done to the field, some natural disaster, so to speak.
Oh,
So I was there this evening. I was watching Andre and some of the other past players playing a game of scrimmage this evening over there, and I spoke to him, and he told me that they have plans to resurface and get it back up to where it was in the near future.
okay, okay, all right. Because the atmosphere there is very good, you know.
Yes,
So
I mentioned that to him, and
very,
he
very
said
good.
they're gonna be working on that pretty soon.
All right, that's nice. So yes, your take on the pitches that you have to deal with down in Mayfield there.
To be honest with you, in Clarendon we have few pitches that are very good. I mentioned Wembley Centre of Excellence, Fogo Road High School, Glenmuir. I've done some work on their field as well. Um, just to name a few. Denby is also working on our field as well,
Okay,
getting up
nice.
to standard now. And yes, so basically
What about
those
Brandcourt?
Brandcourt is no longer football no longer plays at Brandcourt,
My God,
and football no longer plays at Juicy Park as well,
is
which is
that so?
unfortunate.
Wow, wow, wow. I don't know, but I think the powers that we need to look at that. Maybe it's for it's not so much liable, you know. I think maintenance cost is a lot, and so
Yes,
that has to be. And so if you don't have a particular club or team using these facilities in a very good way, structural football, then this will happen. But it's really unfortunate. I think Brandcourt was one of the very best ground at one time in the country. Very good. I
yeah.
remember there was a field that was trying to, I don't remember the gentleman, he was trying to develop a field off Glenmore Road, leave Glenmore somewhere along that riverside.
Yeah, Riverside, right?
Yes,
Riverside.
yes. It continued
Um,
or it stopped?
no, it's not in playing condition, to be honest with you. Nothing is going on over there. But there are also plans to get back some work going over there, so it
Okay,
can be in playing condition again.
nice, nice. All right, so Mr. Garfield Carney, the man who started his journey from way back in the late 80s. And he has actually developed a number of players that we have seen representing our country and by extension playing overseas in different leagues. And so you know what he is, you know who he is right now. So we are running far beyond your time, sir. I want to give you another 2 minutes for you to, give your closing remarks and what you think football and what we have discussed, what you want to highlight. If there's anything that we missed out, so you could just go ahead and give us your closing remark.
Okay, first of all, I must say thanks for inviting me,
You're welcome, man.
and so I could share my views on football at the youth level and some history as it relates to Caribbean football. And I will mention earlier about the standard of play in the of country as it relates to the Costa Cup, but what is happening? You mentioned a number of things that contributed towards the poor performance or the standards, not the poor performance, the standard of play in the competition. But I guess it's a combination of things, and one of the major things is the quota system that is implemented.
Right,
I
right.
say I believe that it started leveling off the play field, and now coaches will have to definitely go out there on the pitch and coach instead of relying on recruiting to help their program. So I'm happy for that. To be honest with you, I'm happy for that because I'm one of when I was coaching in the past, that's one of the things that affected my program. So
I
I'm
can
happy for
imagine how
that.
many schools used to run down your program because as a man
Yes,
who deal with
yes, yes,
grassroots football, you'd have had a lot of youngsters who are doing well.
yes, definitely so. So that's it for thanks for having me, and I really enjoyed the program, and I hope we can do this again sometime.
Sir, I'm telling you, I am so happy to have you. You have enlightened us this for this tonight. You have shared so much with us, and I'm sure that there are a lot more information that you could have shared. But based on time, and I know that you're a family man, you have work tomorrow morning, and so you have to balance your time. Mr. Carney, again, thank you very much, and I hope we'll reach out to you again in the very near future because we continue. We will not stop this show until we actually reach the levels that we cover the entire world with information from Jamaica. Again, sir, thank you, and thank you very, very much again on behalf of our listeners and viewers. I want to say a very big up and good night.
Yeah, thank you too. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Bye. So please again, so remember to share the video. Remember you log on to the channel and you will continue to do your very good work. So that was Mr. Carney, ladies and gentlemen. He has taken the time out to share with us, and hence it was a pleasure having him tonight here with us. So, people, we are moments away from the show, and let me just go to the chat. So, again, you smiling, bless up yourself, you know, RR. All right, Mark Willis, big up Sadi, big up Mark. Oh, yes, man, big up yourself, Dan. Thanks for joining us. And you can call and share, no, Mark. Don't feel a bit like you are not one of us. Maybe you're looking around and see the majority of persons seem to lean to a particular school. But that's it, man. This is football. Football have no favor, you know. You know, we the people put a little favor in it, but football is actually governance. So people, as we mentioned earlier, we have the Champions Cup final to play. I think this is Saturday. And then we also have the Oliver Shield to be played. That would be Clarendon College versus JC. The Champions Cup, yes, is between Jamaica College and Kingston College. And that will be played shortly too. We also have the under 14 and the under 16 competitions, both rural and urban. I think the urban competition finals are played today. I don't remember getting the news, but I'll share that with you in very short order. Maybe Friday, which is the next show. Now, hopefully on Friday, our next guest will be somebody who is very close to us, another coach, somebody that I'm sure you would want to hear from, a coach with a difference. And so I will not say who it is now, but trust me, don't miss Friday's show. You are all waiting for this coach, and why not? We want to bring them to you. Still have a lot of persons to come on the show, and as you know that this is the Saudichress show that brings you entertainment, education, and sports. Because guess what? It's a diverse world we are living, and so once we can entertain you, once we bring you to the sports, then of course you will be educated. We didn't fell short tonight of learning new information history, especially as it relates to Clarendon and its development. It is very fitting, ladies and gentlemen, to bring Mr. Carney on this show because he really stepped out. He really showed us what the influence of the Clarendon success is and was. And you know, if they continue in the same breath, I am sure that the future will be very, very bright for Clarendon football, and more so for the development of football in Jamaica. So World Cup is still blooming in the air. We continue. If you want to call in, we still have some time. Let us discuss the World Cup games coming up in the chat. Just now, let me see where it is. Big up Mark, yes, that's from Saudichress. RR at you smiling, yeah man. If John did carry the guys to Germany, I'm sure Michael Ballack wouldn't have nothing on you guys. Alright, Bob Arville, Ray, Francis Special. Alright, big up yourself, RR. Big up the show host, guest P-Bar. Yes, man, the entire school. Football to the world, RR. What do you mean? Mark Willis, I think JC will lose their remaining matches. Well, JC have 2 matches to go. And there's something I want to say about JC. I don't know if you all picked it up. But JC won the Manning Cup without losing a game. What do you call that thing there again? Invincible? Jamaica College has won the Manning Cup without losing a single game. Ladies and gentlemen, that spell very good for Jamaica College and their program. It also should raise the interest of other schools, not just in the Manning Cup, but throughout the Doncaster Cup as well. Every school or every team love to talk about clean sheets these days, and back in my days playing football, we never really concentrate so much on these statistics. But these days, you have people talking about goal scores, you have people concentrate on clean sheets, you have some goalkeepers and defenders, even the coaches, when they concede a goal, it's like they lose. And so, when you look at what is happening, and as I did before, Jamaica College really step it up this year. They have stepped out and they have made themselves very, very, very big. And I just want to, again, just to look at something where, can highlight what happened as it relates to the competition this year. So I want to look again. Jamaica College, as I mentioned, they were invincible throughout this competition. Is there anyone can highlight this to? I'm not too sure if there's any other schoolboy team that has won their competition without losing a match. If so, I want to learn about that. And so we could compare those teams. As Nose and other callers mentioned, even Blacks mentioned the fact that the standard of the football has fallen dramatically. And so I do understand where they are coming from. But however, one has to understand and you have to bear in mind that the football now is of such where it's not equal. I don't think schoolboy football is in the equity because, trust me, if you notice, in the Manning Cup, ladies and gentlemen, only a few teams really vie for those 4 top spots. Most of the teams are just competing. Doncaster Cup, you may find a wider range of competitiveness, But the fact of the matter is the football and its development need a more holistic approach. They need to be, how would I put it now? They need to put across a level of concept, philosophy that will aid the development of football. Talking about youth football, Under 17 World Cup qualifier is now on the run. It's not yet started, but each country now is preparing their teams for Under 17 competition. I would love to get the coaches of the Under 17, the national Under 17 team, answered very soon because I am sure that they have actually traveled last week to Miami for some scouting where a former reggae boy, Butler, has an academy over there who hosted a trial run for some, should I say trial or scouting, where the coaches from Jamaica, including of the directorate, went to look at some players, under 17 players, and very soon that they will start their own camp and preparation for this qualified. So we have that to discuss as well. And I must say, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get in any trouble. But so far, I think Meran Gardi, rather, is the coach of the under 17 team, and he is deputized or assisted by one of our own coach, should I call it? But yes, I don't think I can get into any trouble, but I think Vassal Reynolds is the assistant coach for the under 17 team. So we need to get Merrick and Vassal here on set at the same time for us to have a closer look at the under 17 preparation and where do we go from here. This is what we want, this is how we expect them to move. And the fact that we have just concluded or just about to conclude the schoolboy football competitions, then these players would have sort of in a little condition, so to speak, to take up the mantle. So let's see what it is. I will definitely reach out to these coaches and hopefully not far from now, but we'll have them on set, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we are saying that JC, who played 17 man in cup game, they have not lost a game. They have scored 73 goals and 6 goals against. What a defense. Or should I say, what a team. What a team. So, when you look at that, they have won the Manning Cup, and I continue to say that because it's very impressive. They have not lost a game. They have drawn 2 games. So, they played 17, win 15, draw 2. Very, very impressive. Congratulations to the coaching staff and the players at Jamaica College. We also need to get somebody from Jamaica College, more so the coach, to come here. Because we are persons. We're going to highlight the coaches and their program. We want to learn the football, so that's the best way to learn, is to listen to each other and have these useful discussions. But thinking about other games, Clarendon College in the Doncaster Cup, they had played 20 games, scoring 63 goals and 6 against. So their defense is as mean as the Jamaica College defense in the Doncaster Cup. So Clarendon College 2. I think, hold on. Clarendon College have not lost a game either. Is that so in the Doncaster Cup? People, help me out here. Clarendon College has won the Doncaster Cup without losing a single game. I think they have drawn 1 game. Clarendon College has played 20 games, won 19, draw 1. They have not lost a game. That is what my record is showing. And if it is not so, I stand here for correction. Anybody, please call. We still have a few minutes for the end of the show, and we want to have this discussion. What say you? Look at these 2 champions. These 2 teams will go up against each other for the champion of champions, the Oliver Shield. They have records in their respective competition. Both teams have conceded the same amount of goals, only 6. Mark you, Jamaica College have scored 10 more goals than Clarendon College. And I think they have played a game less. 2 games less. So Jamaica College would have been the better teams in terms of goal ranks. And based on their stats, as much as we favor Clarendon College, I need to take a look now to see if Clarendon College is really a better team than the Jamaica College team. What say you people? Let me hear it. CARICOM All-Star team, JC had row. Alright, call the show no man. Please, call the show, we have that discussion, man. We can't read everything like that. I want to hear from you, RR. And that the show will not end before you call, because you're raising some very, very important points. Yes, man. And you continue to say, not sure if that's a good thing for the development of who got denied. Oh my God, what a strong argument that, man. You smiling, Ray, ask Sadi for my number off the ear. And link me, man. Hey, Bridget, you look like director to you. Watch it in on us. Alright, don't worry yourself, Ray. I'm a Bridget. You'll get it. Alright, so, true to my knowledge, what's that, Mr. Donaldson? You mean the Clarendon College data? May I beg you to call the show? Where you going, sir? You can't be so selfish that information, Bridget. Please and thanks. What RR suggesting or is saying as it relates to Jamaica College? Jamaica College has players from CARICOM, or better yet, from the Caribbean. I know they have 2 players, this is what I'm sure of, 2 from Trinidad and Tobago. I think they have 1 from St. Vincent, 2 from St. Lucia. That's what I heard. Alright. And I'm sure that they have others too we have not seen. This is the reason, people, we can't beat down on Jamaica College. Why? They have used their sporting knowledge, their knowledge of the rules and regulations of ISA, by extension, the Caribbean, because they have not breached anything at all. I agree with you though, RR, that I don't favor of having so many players coming inside our country to play in our league. Why? I strongly believe that we are developing other players, other country players. That's just my take. And why I'm saying this, because schoolboy football is not a professional league. And if it is not a professional league, then why are we developing other players? But guess what? On the other side of the coin, we have to be fair. There is a agreement, a CARICOM agreement, that one can study and work within CARICOM on their own will. If you notice on our passport it says CARICOM, so we really can't be too selfish on what we have here in Jamaica. Can't be too selfish. So there's 2 sides of the coin. Listen me, Mr. Donaldson hit back at RR. What if he's a hitting back or is a clash? He's saying that, so what about the number of foreign athletes at champs? But Mr. Donaldson, if my memory serves me right, you know, me think me here say you have some of my foreign of them down there too, you know. Defend that. Come out and say something about that. Yes, so that's what we are saying. CARICOM would have made it easy and fair for any student to come to a school in Jamaica. They also make it clear and fair, even though it's not as easy as how it sounds, for persons to work in any one of these CARICOM countries once you have a CARICOM passport. So these are little things that, you know, we'll take another discussion, and I believe that we will get the expertise to look at these things. We have them here in Jamaica, and so we'll get them. This is the Saudichress show, ladies and gentlemen. And so everything that relates to entertainment, sports and education will be discussed here. These are some topics. And I bet you, a matter of fact, I'm noting that one RR, and I respect, maximum respect for that suggestion. We need to have the topic of foreign athletes into Jamaican school competitions. Whether it want be to football or it want to track and field, netball or cricket. So again, let me see what Mr. Donald's is saying. It's very defensive. Listen, I don't have a problem. I do have a few, yes. Boy! Thank you very much, Mr. Donalds. When I say a few, how much you have? Help me out here. How much foreigner you have in your squad? And that's for champs. Talking about girls and boys champs. People, you see how far and wide this thing be? In a few years ago, there was a big uproar where Kingston College would have gotten, I think, 2 athletes from an African country. I don't remember the African country. But as again, we're going to take this as a topic so we can dive into it some more. So, a lot of teams, a lot of schools, a lot of coaches were hitting out at Kingston College for doing that. But look at where we are now. Almost every top school in boys and girls champs have foreign athletes. Almost. I mean, I say every school, almost every top school who vying for championship have foreign athletes. But to me, that is strange. I believe our own Jamaicans over the years has been doing better than every other Caribbean countries as it relates to track and field, the time they run at different age levels. Are you saying to me that the coaches and the schools have now found that certain Caribbean countries and also African countries have better athletes than Jamaica? Mr. Donalds, maybe that question is for you. Do they sit out a year if they're over age 16? I have 4 at home. What? Maybe 16. But you sure you don't want to call the show, Buddy? People, what if you're listening? What if you're following the chat? Mr. Butty Donaldson, with questions, he's saying that he has 4 foreign athletes as his home. He's a damn father. And him go further to say maybe 6. No, sir. I can't believe this. And I'm learning. You see how knowledgeable this show is? How informative this show is? Even though we're talking so much about football, but here we come discussing some track and field. Now, again, Mr. Donaldson continues to say, they sit out of here if they turn 16 before September. Okay. So that clear up your question, Mr. RR. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you that this discussion will be at the forefront of one of these shows. Not Friday night, but very soon. Maybe by next Wednesday. This discussion of foreign athletes will be the forefront of this discussion. And so we will try to reach out to all the schools who are involved in getting these athletes. Just to share with us how this whole thing come about. No indicted feelings because we are happy for the students. And I'm sure that the standard here in Jamaica must have been better than where they are coming from. But is it a business? Is it a business? Are 30% subject grade? I don't understand that question. Mr. Donaldson, try address that. I am a man in this show. I am just hoping that getting foreign athletes into our schools in Jamaica is not seen as a business. That's all I'm hoping. I am happy with the whole transfer and sharing, but I hope too. I am hoping that we have an exchange program where different athletes or different students in whatever sphere of life, education, or extracurricular in particular schools will get a chance to go to one of these foreign countries who are doing better in that particular area. And so then we can enjoy that and we see that as an exchange program. But the big but, what is the important thing? So this is a hot topic, a very hot topic. Need ISA president on the show and a few principals. Mr. Donaldson, dead with laugh. I know a 45%. Yes, I don't know where RR get at 30%. You probably hear something. Maybe I that go on the rest of the Caribbean countries. So RR is asking that we get the ISA president, Mr. Keith Wellington, on the show, along with other principals. I promise you, sir, and as long as I will reach out to them, hopefully they will accept. Hopefully they will accept. So we have 3 minutes to the end of the show. Now it's 10:27. And I'm going to ask you, for those of you who are still here, and those of you who will watch this as a recording, we are growing, but I think we are growing slow. We cannot grow much faster without you. I'm asking you, our fans, viewers, well-wishers, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe, like, and share. The likes are very important too. Yes, they are. Share the Saudichress channel. For the new persons who come on the show, you also need to subscribe. Some persons found it difficult to participate in the chat. Why? The reason being is that you have not signed in as a Google or a Gmail account user. And so signing in to Yahoo will allow you to participate fully in the chat. That's just how it works. So you need to do that. Again, the likes need to go up some more. The subscription need to go. So I can't do that. The most I can do is ask for your assistance, ladies and gentlemen, as we move along. And so I want to highlight something from this is an advertisement that is from our one of our sponsors, Deja Vu Pass, who will be having his show very, very soon. And I'm gonna ask, I'm just gonna play this advertisement as he's a sponsor of the show, and so you will be able to see what's happening from the Deja Vu Retro Party, which will be aired very, very soon. Where do I find it? I'm coming up before the end of the show. I need to play the retro party. So, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, this is alright.
This is Silvercat aka Iron Claw, and you are invited to a Deja Vu retro party.
Let me go
Seeing
back.
this is Silvercat aka Iron Claw.
So, we want you to look
This
carefully
is Silvercat
because
aka Iron Claw, and you are invited to a Deja Vu retro party. Seeing Saturday, the 17th of December at Summerfield, Clarendon. Make the date and don't be late. Special guest, Terror Fabulous and Silvercat Iron Claw. Whole heap of big sound I got did it, you know. You don't know, you know, trophy for the best retro sound, you know. And what's on a man? Admission $500. $1,000 at the gate. Make the date and don't be late. This is Silvercat aka Iron Claw, and you are invited to a Deja Vu retro party. Seeing Saturday, the 17th of December at Summerfield, Clarendon. Make the date and don't be late. Special guest, Terror Fabulous and Silvercat Iron Claw. Whole heap of big sound I got did it, you know. You don't know, you know, trophy for the best retro sound, you know. And what's on a man? Admission $500. $1,000 at the gate. Make the date and don't be late.
so that is the retro party, the man they call Chris Shortbass. Sort of sponsor the Deja Vu retro party style, and he'll hosting his party at Summerfield. So wherever you are, if you just want to make it, go and support. Because as I said before, this is the Saudichress show, and this is where you'll find entertainment, sports, and of course, education. I want to thank you very, very much for staying up with us so late. I want to thank you all our new and exciting viewers, fans, and also for the senior fans in this Saudichress show. I want to say again a big thank you to you all. Big, big thank you. And so, with that, without you, we couldn't have this successful show. I want to say a big thank you also to our special guest that we had earlier, Mr. Garfield Connery. And he, of course, is a development coach, youth development coach from Clarendon. From way back, he started his pro in the late 80s, and he continues to do so. So he's a teacher by profession and also the coach of the Denby High School. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Connery. You have made us proud, you have educated us, and you have given us all information, some information that we had never known before. You have highlighted these and what has happened. This gives rise to what we have seen in the Clarendon football competitions and also with the success of the Clarendon High School teams. Again, thank you everyone, and may you have a very good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you on Friday, where we have another interesting show, one that you will be unable to miss. I'm telling you,